Bom dia, boa tarde ou boa noite. Hoje temos AnaCarolina, que está a percorrer o caminho da espiritualidade, onde é uma trabalhadora da luz. Começou também invariavelmente com uma profunda depressão, passou por leitura de Eckhart Tolle em O Poder do Agora e também pela leitura de Um Curso em Milagres. É mestre de Reiki e também é artista, onde a arte que faz, como forma de manifestação espiritual. Gostem, subscrevam e partilhem. O canal é Sinergias Holisticas, é onde a espiritualidade é Somos Todos, nós.
Recording is on.
Hello, Anna. It's very nice to have you here. Can you please tell us how it all happened, or how your spiritual path started in your life?
I should have wear headphones because can you repeat it?
Yes, I will. Can you please tell us how your spiritual path happened, how it all started in your life?
Yeah. Well, first I want to say that I don't believe that anything actually starts or ends, right? So I guess all my life I was searching for something, right? I was interested in history when I was young. I was interested in human mind, learning more about the human mind, but it really starts when my godmother offered me a book. And I don't see you, Nunu. I don't know if you're still there.
Yes, can you see me? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so my godmother offered me a book, and it was from Eckhart Tolle. Today I was trying to remember if it was like The New Earth or The Power of Now. But she offered me a book, and I didn't read it for 3 years, you know. I read like the first chapter, I guess, from the book, and it didn't make sense at all. So I kept it. And then 3 years later, I went to read the book, and yeah, it suddenly made all sense for me, that book. And yeah, I told that story in my channel too, because it really started from there. I then start to journal also about what I was feeling. Like the book talks a lot about. It has two dimensions, right? I feel it like talks a lot about the ego, that we all have this box um, that wants to control things, right? And then it talks about the being, about the presence, about the all, right? And yeah, I also mentioned that um, in that episode I made in my channel about the beginning of my spiritual journey, that I bought this little notebook, right? And as I was reading the book, because I always like to write, and so I got that book and my journal. And back then I was working on a shopping mall, on a clothes shop, and I sat in a cafe in the shopping mall. And as I was reading and writing, I don't remember what I wrote, but suddenly everything kind of changed, right? the atmosphere change. And I don't know if I was feeling the presence Eckhart Tolle mentions in that book, but suddenly all I could hear was like the angel choir, right? Surrounding me, and it was like this most beautiful moment. And back then I didn't know anything of that meant, right? But I could feel it, and I never forget that moment. Um, what happened after was also interesting because, as I mentioned, I was working in that clothes shop, and we had to take these workshops like of sewing, because we also arrange the clothes or send it to the seamstress, so they could work on the clothes. And we were taking these workshops about customer service and all of this. And we have one that was with a special lady, and it was about conflict management. Like if the customers were not pleased or something, or they wanted to talk to us in a different way. Um, so we took that workshop, and that lady basically taught us how to protect our energy and how to not be so influenced um, about other people's energy, especially if it's like a complaint or something. And so in the end of that workshop, I asked her if like I basically told her, hey, I found this book and I don't know where can I find more of this concept. Um, and I was like, basically, I didn't know, I didn't know anything about spirituality, right? And then she kind of helped me. She told me other books to read, and she mentioned Osho too. And back then I started to read Osho's books too.
And A Course in Miracles. Do you know A Course in Miracles, the book? Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
uh, yeah. It was later on, but yeah, I read it. It's a really good book, no?
Yes.
Hmm.
Um, so you have any kind of depression in your life after all, before your spiritual path?
Yeah, my spiritual path is really, really connected. I guess it's the same degree as the light, right? We have the darkness, and for me it was really like Eckhart Tolle said, like there comes a point where you have to change the story, right? Because you cannot uh, take it anymore. And for me it was that. It was like, I don't know if it's because I'm a Scorpio or something, but there's always this there was always this darkness, there was always this knowing, right, that there was something else, right, and that what my mind was telling me, or yeah, at some point what my mind was telling me could not be true, you know. So I really feel like, and then I had other bad experiences in my life, you could say that, although now I know everything serves a purpose. But it was, yeah, yeah, I feel like depression and all of this comes to awake us, right?
But how can we get out of a profound depression? What is the magic trick? Is because I have some people that cannot get out of depression alone, but it's possible to get out of depression alone or not.
I don't think you can ever do anything alone, right? because everything I know, eh, like, I feel like you cannot make it alone, right? But it's also difficult to find the light when you are in darkness. So I would say just go with it, because there will come a point where you have to do the 360, right? Where it turns around. Um, I also like before I found Eckhart, right? I also thought about suicidal. I had suicidal thoughts and all of this, like as a teenager, right? But yeah, I really feel like most of the people that suffer with deep depression, it's a sign that they cannot live life, right, as it is. I don't know if I'm making any
So
sense.
you are trying to say that a person must change internally, totally, must
Yeah,
reinvent themselves.
yeah. But also, like, first, do not lose hope, right? Because life can change any minute, right? If we want to. Also, and it's something I am still working on it, is to empower people. We tend to think of ourselves as powerless, and yet we have all the power in the world. Every word we speak, right? Every thought we have is is the reality we are creating, right? And so for those people that are really in darkness or suffering or in depression, I would say for them to really connect with what they are saying, right? Because we choose our reality. I can be depressed if I want. I can be happy if I want, you know? And I really feel like depression is basically you're giving your power away, right? And I know it's something, it's a really difficult question, Nunu, right? Because everything is a process. Um, I really feel like it's a stairway, right? Every little thing we can do, every little action we can take, every little good thought we can have, it's a stairway, right? And I feel like it's that we cannot lose hope, right? Because we are the power, right? We can change our reality. And honestly, what really helped me is to be by myself, right? And sometimes we really need to do that reset of like finding our own mind, right? And not let ourselves be influenced by mainstream media, by other people, by the feelings of other people, right? And yeah, I think it's basically that. It's a stairway.
So if one don't judge and don't compare and just keep the flow, it's the better way. Don't judge and don't compare.
Yeah, for me, judgment is a big one, right?
Mhm.
It's huge because, like, for me, God loves us, right? And the only thing that's stopping us from feeling that love is ourselves. The only thing that stops us from being truly happy is ourselves. right? That's how I feel. So yeah, no comparison. Come on. Like we were put on this earth with a special identity, right? With a special body, and we must honor that. Like I am who I am because I am supposed to be like this, and and I am the ingredient this earth needs, right? You Nunu, as you are, right? You are the one that's needed, right? So no comparison and no judgment, please, because that's like the, I don't know, but that's like the biggest battle I feel.
Exactly. And many persons agree with you because judgment and comparison are the roots of the evil, of our bad feelings.
Yeah, that it's really the ego, right?
Ex-
It's really the thing that keeps us grounded also, but it keeps us on the earth only, right? It's the, I don't know what is, but I know that those are things that must be eradicated, so we can be free and happy and
Exactly.
yeah.
I confirm that when I stop comparing and judging, feel free and feel happy
Oh man,
because we don't
it's
need anything more than ourselves.
yeah, it's easier, right? If we just let go of that, so life gets so much easier. And yeah, totally.
So you doing something to help others now? Are you
Yeah.
what are you helping with some special therapy? What do you do to help others now in the moment?
Okay. Right now, be myself, right? But um, right now I'm being a fiber artist, right? I'm helping. I don't know if I'm helping, but I hope so. I'm helping people in my community, right? In my now, in my environment, so to say, right? And I'm also doing YouTube, right? I hope I hope that helps a lot of people. And I don't know, but I would like to help more people in the future.
Okay, but you are using any kind of technique? No. Are you studying any kind of new therapy or nothing at the moment?
Right now, I'm basically, yeah. I did meditation, right?
Okay.
It, like I mentioned, journaling. Um, what else I did? I'm also a Reiki Master, right? Working with energies. Um, Let me think. Books, right? As we mentioned, learning more. Um, yeah, I think it's that. Right now, I am really trying to study myself, right?
Self
Trying to,
knowledge. Self
yeah,
knowledge.
trying to figure it out who I am or who God is, right? In its full capacity as I can, right? So I'm not really reading or um, meditating like I used to, right? I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but
So
I did praying also for the ones that are in depression. I think that's like the best thing, right? Also, connecting with with nicer energies, right? I think it's helpful.
Okay. Do you do any astrology or tarot or no?
Yeah, I'm learning, right? I
Okay.
I can connect with the energies, right? But I don't know the logical parts. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah. So like I'm hearing what I need to hear. Like if something happens, like this month, I know we're gonna have also solar flares again, and I think this month would it was there was also an alignment of the planets. I don't know if you know, Nuno.
Yes, yes. An
Yeah,
alignment in the 28th of February. 7
yeah,
planets will be totally aligned.
yeah. It's really cool, but I don't know. I never study actually, right?
And the Course in Miracles. Do you take the course? Do you read the book?
I
All the
did.
book?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you can teach the persons to read the book, Course in Miracles. Can you teach it?
uh, I could, but there's actually a friend that of YouTube, and he does classes on Course of Miracles. But I don't feel like that would be something for me.
Okay, okay.
Because I read it a long time ago, you know, and it's huge, right? It's beautiful. It's a beautiful book, but it's long, right?
So, and the last question. Uh,
Yeah,
what do you think of artificial intelligence? Do you think it's a good thing that will free humanity to have more time to self-knowledge?
definitely, definitely. Um, as we all, I see the positives and the dangers, right?
All right.
But I really feel it's super positive for the time being. And yeah, I really foresee a future where we're gonna have more time to self-knowledge, definitely, more time to get free,
Exactly. Hmm.
to pursue really what our hearts desires. And I really think it's positive in a communication way, obviously, bringing everyone together. Um, but also because it's needed, right? Um, we really need to see our gifts, or yeah, our gifts in the physical, right?
Hmm.
And so I'm super excited about that moment where we can fully connect in a telepathic way, right?
Okay. Mhm. Okay, Anna, we are finished for now.
Okay.
I hope I hear you soon from another time. Thank you so much, and thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Take care.